In today's video, we're going to be looking at the craziest Palworld mods. Some of these are cosmetic, some of these change the game drastically. So let's jump right into it. Now, first of all, you can see that the title screen looks a little bit different than normal. You can see it says Palcraft, and that's one of the mods that I've installed. So I'm actually going to start a new world, and I'm going to try and explore all of the different mods that are available that I've installed. So I'm going to jump into my world right now, and I'm going to see how drastically this actually changes the game. Now I hope it does not ruin my game because I'm enjoying this world so far. I'm not even sure if it's going to work. It might be super laggy. Let's have a look. And my game literally just crashed. Okay, attempt number 2. Okay, but it looks like it's actually working. So it hasn't crashed this time on start, which is definitely good. Okay, so the first mod that I've actually gone ahead and installed is called the No Stamina mod or something like that. So apparently we can fly and we won't have any flying stamina, which is a game changer because I hate when I have to stop flying. So, oh my gosh, it actually works. This is sick. So now with this mod, basically you can fly around infinitely. You don't have to fly to the floor. And also I've got shift press, so I'm like flying faster. I've got the fast flying mode on. So this is really good. This is kind of game changing because it's so annoying and it doesn't really add much to the game when, you know, your power just falls out of the sky. So that's the first mod and it actually is very good. That one is called Remove Flying Stamina Cost. Now next up on the list we have a mod called Reveal Map, and it's kind of obvious what it is in the name. It opens up the whole map so you don't have to explore the whole thing, and it kind of spoils the game a little bit. But you can see here, I can see every single location, and it unlocks every single fast travel point. Actually, no, it doesn't unlock them, but it shows me where they are. But now I can see everything, where it all is. And I had pretty much everything already on here, but it kind of just fills in all the black bits. So for me, it's quite good, but if it was early game, it would kind of spoil the game a tiny little bit. But this is quite a good mod, and I think it's quite useful, to be honest. Okay, for this next mod, I'm going to go back to my base, and this mod is supposed to make things look like Minecraft. So let's have a look. I hope it doesn't lag up too much because there's a lot going on at my base. So if we go over here, it's actually worked. Oh my gosh, look at all these. So these are my chests and they look like chests from Minecraft, which is pretty cool. And then we have my furnace here, which is the furnace. We have the repair bench. We have, I think that's all of the ones we have. I feel like there was supposed to be like one more item. But yeah, those are pretty cool. I think that's quite a cool feature, to be honest. I like that. And it's nostalgic. It's good. I like it. Okay, so while I'm on my base, the next mod we're going to talk about is the Pal Force Feeder. And you can see all of these guys are eating. And this is really, really useful because what I've noticed, and a lot of people will have noticed this, your pals will sometimes just not eat. And they'll go hungry for no reason, even though there's food here. So this mod force feeds them. So it makes them eat until they're 95% full, and then they'll go back to their job. And this is sick because it means they won't get hungry, they won't starve, because sometimes they starve just for no reason. So this is kind of a bit of a game-changing mod, I'd say. Okay, so next up, here we are at my mining base. This is my ore mining base. And the next mod we're going to be talking about is the Carry Weight Increase. So I think this allows you to carry up to 100,000 weight, and this is kind of good because the thing I hate the most is when I pick up stuff and then I can't move anywhere. So if I look at my weight carry, wow, I can carry 325,000, which means that I can pick up everything, all of this, and it's not even slowing me down at all. Which is great because I feel like the weight aspect doesn't really add much to the game. It kind of just limits me in a way. It doesn't make it enjoyable for me. So this is kind of cool. And I can actually go ahead and just put this all in the furnace. So I like that mod. That's good. We've got unlimited storage basically. I don't think we're ever going to fill that up. And while we're at this base, I've just realized another mod we have. It's called the Instant Craft and More. And you can tell what it is by the sound of it. It allows you to instantly craft things. Now this is kind of a game-breaking mod a little bit. It means that when you try and craft something, smelt something, whatever it is, you don't have to wait the long time. You can just do it instantly. So if I go ahead and actually mine some of these rocks here, I can put them into one of the furnaces and it should instantly turn into ingot, which I think is quite good if you are not bothered about waiting around. I know waiting around is one of the burdens of the game for me, especially things like PAL spheres and ammo, which takes so long to craft. So I've got 20 ore now. I'm going to go over to this furnace here, put these all in, and let's have a look. Okay, so it doesn't seem to have worked yet. Maybe I have to go away from it. I was just going to sleep because I think I might have to have a PAL doing it. And I realized that the bed here is actually like a Minecraft bed. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. So we're back up the next morning. And if I go over here, yeah, boom. So I think you basically need one of the PALs that works on it to actually work on it. So it doesn't do it instantly unless you've got someone working on it, which is quite a good feature, I think. It kind of doesn't ruin the game entirely. I think it adds a level of fun to it still. And for me, I personally don't really care about waiting around for the stuff. I just want to, you know, upgrade my stuff or whatever. So that's a really cool mod. Yeah, I'd recommend giving that one a go. Now, while we're at the base or talking about bases, over here, a mod that I've got installed is called the Increase Bases and Worker PALs. So supposedly, if I go into my PAL box here, so I thought it would give me like unlimited PALs at my base, which I don't think it does. But instead what it does do, if I press on the upgrade button here, you can see that I have 100 bases. So I'm allowed to have 100 different bases, which to be honest is quite good. It kind of ruins the game a little bit at the start. But for stuff like collecting lots of different ores in different places, I think it's kind of a cool one. So I could literally have, you know, I could have a base collecting sulfur. I could have a base collecting coal. I could have a base collecting ingots. Like, I could have a base collecting all of these different things. And it's quite useful, especially paired with the mod allowing me to carry everything. It means I can just, you know, carry this all back to some main base. So that's quite a cool one, in my opinion. And I could just have like a big like worker base where they just craft things together and whatever. So next up, the next mod I'm going to look at, I have to travel over to one of these settlements for this. I'm going to go to this small settlement here. Now, the first one I've got here is called the Better Sell Rates. And supposedly this allows you to get better pricing from these merchants. So if I sell to her, let's see how much we can get. Oh yeah, so that's heavily inflated. I think for like this Jormuntide Ignis before it was like, I don't know, 6,000 maybe. It's 23,000. So like these guys here, the Lamballs are 840. Yeah, this is like, I'm pretty sure this is like heavily inflated. This is kind of good. It's possibly game breaking, but at the same time, it's like, you can't get too many useful things from here. Yeah, you can get these guys. I don't know if I've got this. But that one's quite cool for, you know, just increasing your money. I think it's a little bit game breaking because there are farms you can get to create gold. But to be honest, if you're doing like the exploits like the merchant, the black marketeer exploit, then you're kind of going to be getting a lot of money anyway. So this is not too bad, I don't think. Okay, so the next mod that I've got is going to be especially useful if you're in the early game. And it's basically a mod that tells you how many of each PALs you've captured. This is great for when you start off. Obviously, you need to collect 10 of each so you can get the maximum XP. So if I go to this location here, for instance, I'm going to be able to look at different PALs that are just roaming around. And I'm going to be able to see how many I've caught. So I've caught 5 out of 10 Gummosses. So if I try and catch another one... Oh, I killed it. Oops. If I was to catch another one, it should go up to 6. This is useful because it allows me to know if I've caught 10 or not. Because sometimes when I'm trying to XP or level up and get XP, I sometimes just catch the same ones over and over again because I don't know which ones I've caught already. So I've caught 5 of this guy. Let's see if I can catch it with this. And it should go up to 6 if I look at this guy. Let's have a look. So now I've caught 6. And now it got updates to 6. So cool, that one works really well. That's a really good one for the early game, especially. Now the last one that I've got on the list, and I don't even know how I'm going to show you this, is called the PAL Revive Timer Remove. So basically, when you fight something, and if your pal dies, you know there's a 10-minute cooldown time, which is super annoying. You know, you just want to get back into action straight away. You have to wait 10 minutes. So what this mod does is it basically removes that time, so you don't have to wait for that anymore, and you can just go ahead and straight away try and fight the boss again. So if I go and fight this, if I go find someone that's really overpowered and try and fight it. Now for me, the worst thing is when this one here that I'm flying on right now dies, because it means I have to wait 10 minutes before I can travel anywhere realistically. So I have to wait 10 minutes. I basically have to sit there on my phone and just wait, basically. So I'm going to go over here and try and destroy the Tide, and then I'm going to purposely let one of my pals die, and hopefully there won't be like a respawn time limit. Okay, so I'm just... this is not good. Okay, come on. Destroy it. I should have probably done one with that. Okay, I'm just going to try and get away. Oh, I just threw my Tide out now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so he's dead. Finally, he is dead. Now, you can see he's red. Let's go back to the base, put him in the power box, and see if he instantly respawns. Okay, here we go. The moment of truth. I've got my power box here. I'm going to put him inside. And boom, he's restored straight back to normal. This is good because it's not overpowered as well, I don't think. Because the only reason they have it is so that you can't go back into battle straight away. But to be honest, I think this makes it more fun. It means I don't have to sit around and wait. So that one's a really cool one. And that's basically all of the mods that I've got on Palworld right now. There's a ton more that I want to try out. And there's also, hopefully in the future, going to be a ton more that come out. So I'm going to give those a shot and I'll let you know what I think of them.